From the last lesson, we recall that the current folder window shows the present working directory or location of MATLAB's focus. Right now, we will create a script inside of a location that we have created. To do so, click the New Script button in the top left corner of the screen, or press Ctrl N. This should open a new window labeled Editor. We will define our script inside this window. A script is basically a list of commands that will be executed in order from top to bottom. Within this window, we will build an example script by solving for the roots of the following equation: x squared plus 99x plus 106 equals 0. Recall that the quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. We will translate this result in a well-organized manner by taking advantage of MATLAB's variable storage. First, we need to define a, b, and c, the coefficients of this equation. In the editor window, type a equals 1, semicolon, b equals 99, semicolon, and c equals 106, semicolon. Notice the semicolons at the end of each line. These semicolons do not change the value of the expression, but instead just tell the command window not to output anything when the line is evaluated. Remember from the last lesson that expression a equals 1 without semicolon will output a equals 1. Since we already know the value of a, however, this is of little interest to us, and thus the outputs for a equals 1, b equals 99, c equals 106 can all be suppressed. Now we can evaluate the square root portion of the expression. Type d equals sqrt, open parentheses, b caret 2, minus 4 star a star c, close parentheses, semicolon. This is the MATLAB translation of the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. The square root is represented by sqrt, and the open parentheses indicates that sqrt is a MATLAB function. For now, all you need to know is that functions are non-elementary operators that require an open and closed parentheses. Going back to the example, the caret represents the power operator, and b caret 2 means b to the power of 2. Finally, the star represents the multiplication operator and the minus the subtraction operator. Both of these are elementary operators, as mentioned in the lesson before. Notice that we have also stored the value of this expression to a variable d. This is because we want to use it for a later computation. Notice also that we have suppressed the output. This is because d is an intermediate result, and therefore is not of particular interest to us as well. It is merely used to simplify our later expression. We can now finish the computation of the solution with two variables that represent the plus case and the minus case. Type x underscore 1 equals, open parentheses, minus b plus d, close parentheses, divided by, open parentheses, 2 star a, close parentheses, and x underscore 2 equals, open parentheses, minus b minus d, close parentheses, divided by, open parentheses, 2 star a, close parentheses. Notice we did not use semicolons for both of these expressions because these values, x underscore 1 and x underscore 2, represent our answers, and therefore are of greatest interest to us. Although we named our variables x underscore 1 and x underscore 2, this is mainly due to good programming practices. We did this because looking back at this code, we are able to easily tell what x underscore 1 and x underscore 2 are intended to be. This is done both for readability for yourself and others. These two lines complete our computation. However, to get our answer, we must now tell MATLAB to run this script and go through this file, interpret each line, and spit out the desired results, x1 and x2. First, save the script with Ctrl S or File Save. Name this file whatever you want. We named ours exercise 1. Now we want to run the script. To do this, select Editor and press F5. In newer versions, Ctrl Enter is also acceptable. Finally, you can also select the command window and type the name of your script. In our case, we would type exercise 1 and hit Enter. All three ways are equivalent. Notice that running the script should give you x_1 equals minus 1.0825 and x_2 equals minus 97.9175. Also note that all the variables we have defined earlier, a, b, c, d, x1, and x2, are all in the workspace window now. In this video, we define a script as a list of commands that can be created, edited, and saved in the current folder window. Solutions to certain problems are easily packaged within these script files. These scripts can be run either by pressing F5 while the editor is selected, or by browsing to its location and typing the name in the command window.